So I'm going to start out this video by announcing the winner for the free T25 Turbo. It's Vicente. I hope I'm saying your name somewhat right. You were one of the first 5 people to watch the video, and you were the only person that sent a donation into the channel to keep the channel going. Thank you very much. I appreciate that you liked it that much, that you would send a couple bucks our way to help with filming and whatnot. You got 72 hours to get in touch with me and claim your turbo. You can get me on Facebook as Tyler Lands, comment on the video and we'll get in touch, or whatever you got to do. If you don't claim the turbo, then the next runner-up is the guy with the black Miata from Club Loose. I saw all of your setup. It's pretty lit. You're 99% of the way to turboing your Miata, and when you commented, I immediately recognized who you were. If Vicente doesn't get the turbo, you should definitely be messaging me right now, because you got a free turbo. The rest of this video is going to be about how I got another one of my S13s that had been in storage for many years, brought it down to Texas, which was a whole adventure that sucked. And we're building it as another KA turbo car because they're fucking lit and they're cheap and they're fun. Very excited about it. So I have made it to Reno, Nevada. I'm at Sammy's house. Say hi, Sammy. Hey, there is my S13 coupe. We're going to build it into a sister car for the white KA turbo car. We are getting it ready right now after it's sitting for 2 years. Getting it ready to be driven from Reno to Denver, down to Austin, Texas. Very big trip for this car. We're in here real quick. We're gonna throw a new radiator cap on, fix a power steering leak, and rip some of this emission stuff out real quick, making a pile on the floor. All right, who are you? Why do you love this car? What's your business?
I'm Sammy. I run Sammy MFG, and this is a 350Z, and I love it. The thing just works. This is my workhorse drift car.
Like, it just doesn't break, it just goes.
You just fire it up when a drift event comes around, turn it on, put some tires in the back, and go.
All right, let's see what she does.
All right.
I know y'all can't always see this on camera, but he's getting like a foot away from blowing my knee out. Might be getting sprayed with some rocks on this one. So I've just been reunited with my baby girl. This is my 72 Chevelle. I smoked a transmission in it about 2.5 years ago. It's just been sitting in someone's yard ever since. I finally pulled it out of storage. It's gonna head to Texas and get rebuilt. We're gonna make it an 800 horsepower big block monster. So I got sick during my trip, so I'm not gonna vlog much. This place has healing properties. That right there is very hot water. That's a very cold river. It's a hot spring. There's a lot of minerals in the water that are like transdermal, like magnesium or something. They're like really healing. Made me feel a lot better. This is just a well that comes out of the ground right here and flows into the tub in addition to that one. Really neat place, made me feel a lot better. I've got another 1,500 miles to go. Wish me luck. I'm not capturing any video. It was a little brutal because the car's springs are god awful, no shocks. The AC worked about half the time intermittently, which was really sweet when it did. I made it from Reno to Palm Springs today, which is really far considering that I am fucked up. I'm gonna crash for the night, try and heal up a little bit, and see if I can make it from Palm Springs, California to like El Paso or San Antonio tomorrow, which is a hell of a mission. Thing is that this little shitbox right here hauls ass. I'm averaging about 90 miles an hour and averaging about 27.5 to 30 mpg right now, which is absolutely phenomenal since gas in California has been about $6 and $7 a gallon. So at least there's one good thing about that. Very excited to build her up because there's a lot of good but a lot of bad. So all the Go Fast bits are showing up in the mail real quick. Squirrels are real happy about it. We got an AEM air filter, a Bosch boost gauge. I prefer the Autometer, but they're a little bit too pricey right now. Turbo oil feed line, both of the fittings that adapt it to the oil filter. Let's see, what are these? These are my favorite. LED headlights, because got to be able to drift at night. Got a turbo manifold. It really sucks that they're all T4 and T3 flanged. Huge bummer, but we're gonna do the same thing as before and just weld the T2 exhaust housing right to that. You cut off all these studs right here because the holes go through to the manifold because the Chinamen that made this kind of suck at their job. But yeah, weld the T2 on there, pop that on the KA car. We'll be golden. I don't have much time to work on this car, but it will motivate my shop kid and me and Corwin and some other people to put a little more effort into it if it looks a little nicer. So I'm gonna go and pop some cooler wheels, some old-timey like 2003 Koenigs that my dad gave me when I turned 18. So I've had them things for forever and a day. But we're gonna go pop them on so this thing doesn't look quite as white trash, and then see if I can get the thing painted. That way, everyone's gonna be a little bit more inspired, start ripping it apart and putting the Go Fast bits in there. All right, so the car's gonna get painted this weekend. Right now, I'm at the tire shop, and we are going to rip the steel wheels off here. Hey, Cam, show me those wheels real quick. We're gonna get that aluminum wheel on there so it doesn't look so junky. We got an upgrade coming for the 13. We're waiting on the new vinyl wrap for it. And in the meantime, it's getting the same LEDs as the other car. Be pretty damn matching cars. I'll tell you what the problem is. It ain't got no gas in it. Guys, I'm sorry about the background music. I'm rushing. If you don't like it, fuck you. There is my turbo oil feed. I'm going to show you guys how to do this in just a sec. Right now the hood's off. All this emission stuff, EGR is coming out. This whole intake's getting gutted. Plugging up the bottom side of the PCV and running only the top. Installing the turbo oil feed, and then we're done with turbo prep. It's very easy. You get the manifold off, find the oil pressure sensor. You pull it out, screw it in here, screw this in the block. You get 1/8 inch NPT, the 3AN adapter, 3AN hose that screws right on, and a 3AN plug. Now all your shit's done and you can still drive your car around while you are waiting to do the rest of the exhaust side. Y'all, this is how easy it is. Here's your oil feed line assembly with your temporary 3AN block, your T. This here is your oil pressure sensor. You're gonna pull that out and put it on there. While you're in here, intake manifold's off. You gotta got anything that looks like it's emissions. You gotta make sure everything's sealed. This guy here, you have to clean it off, put a plug in, JB weld it. This guy here, you run a heater line direct to the heater core. Now there's no more crazy coolant lines in there. This guy here is part of the PCV system along with this guy. He's gonna stay open to atmosphere forever. We gotta block that off while we're in here. Bam. All your turbo prep is done on the intake. One last thing, it is extremely labor intensive to film the cars and then edit a video together and then publish it. Extremely challenging, extremely difficult. it makes the job of building the car and then driving the car take a good 10 times longer and costs twice as much. It's very distracting and very hard to do. So I am gonna open up to donations to keep the channel going, to help pay for a videographer, maybe some editing help and some new GoPro equipment. $20 donation would definitely help keep the channel going. It is extremely expensive to spend all the time that we do spend videoing and editing and just interrupting everything nonstop to catch a shot. So I hope that you guys appreciate it, and if so, and you like the content we're doing, that's one sure way to make sure we keep doing this.